Okay guys, so today what we want to look at is kind of a weird thing that comes out of shooting courses of fire, whether it be USPSA or going to the range. You'll see a lot of people do this where they immediately, once they get done, they drop their magazine into their hand and insert the magazine again. The reason behind this is checking the weight of the magazine. You're trying to get an idea generally of how much ammunition you have left. But the big question here is this a really bad habit? I'm going to play some footage real quick of me actually doing this so you guys can get a look on a drill where I do it. So right there you can see I do just a quick little drop it in my palm, realize I shot a good amount of rounds, and then I kneel down to do a tac mag. Here's the same scenario where I don't do the check. Right, I just assess, drop down, start scanning, and top my gun off, right? Now what I want to roll in is we're going to roll in some force-on-force footage, and what I want to show you guys is that this does not necessarily translate. In other words, when I'm in the middle of these force-on-force scenarios and I have a target that is making decisions and acting back against me, in other words, the target isn't immobilized, it's down my list of things to do. In this particular scenario, you'll see me enter the room, and as I enter the room, I get my shot off, I hear the person crumple, so I decide that it's time for me to move in. I had seen a good sight picture on his side and knew I got a good hit on him, and I decide to enter the room. When I do that, I don't check my magazine outside the room. I don't do any of that stuff. I just know, okay, I'm good to go. I haven't shot enough rounds. I can get in here, get the weapon away from him before he can recompose and get back up. Then I finish clearing the room, set the gun far enough away from him, finish clearing the room. So I'm going through my priorities of work here. Okay, now that room's clear. I can pick the gun back up, go over to him, and then end the exercise. Here's another one where I'm basically doing some room clearing in very low light, and I'll end up pieing around this corner, shooting this guy a couple times, and then deciding to enter the room. Again, there's no need for me after this engagement. I don't naturally go into like, let me drop magazine and check. So the habit just simply is not there. Because these targets are making different decisions, and I'm not just shooting at cardboard or steel, I'm shooting against something that's making choices and decisions. Here's me being a bad guy and getting wasted again. The habit's not there after I shoot. Obviously I just get wasted on this one. Hey guys, so the last example I want to show you guys is from a little bit of an airsoft match, the American Milsim one. And it's basically just some guys trying to push into this building we had just gotten into. And what's really cool about this is it demonstrates to you guys that, like, I have priorities of work, right? I'm putting Christian in position to, let him know guys are coming in here. I'm trying to fortify my position. I'm trying to get on the radio here and let people know what's going on. And the last thing that's on my mind after these engagements is to drop my magazine out and feel the weight of it, right? Right here, I get done there, I'm moving, and the reason I don't check my magazine, it's not a subconscious habit, is because there's still a threat. They're pushing me, I'm working, I'm trying to make the gun, get the gun up and work, right? So, just some food for thought is that if this were really just a subconscious habit that happened every time I get done with an engagement and I wasn't in control of it, yeah, it would definitely be a bad habit, but it does not seem to be the case. So guys, in conclusion, I don't think I would necessarily call this a bad habit, and I just want to explain it a little bit more. When we're at the range, we have a predetermined course of fire, or when we're shooting USPSA, we have a predetermined course of fire, and once that course of fire is finished and we're done, there's no more perceived threat. And guess what? There never was a real perceived threat. We're shooting cardboard. There's no real threats out there, and it's very difficult to treat them as if they are real threats. Now, when we go into force-on-force, the reason that I'm not dropping my magazine out of the gun is because I'm making sure, hey, is that perceived threat dealt with? Because I'm about to take my gun out of commission. The habit is not taking your gun out of commission until the course of fire is over, until that threat is finished. And if we have to, in the terms of a speed reload and tac mag and all that stuff, then we do. I think it's funny that people tend to not care so much about when people do tac mags quickly after whatever they're doing. As long as they're scanning and looking tactical, everyone's okay with it. But the reality is this is just a lack of stimulus, guys. Paper targets are not making decisions. They're not doing stuff to move on us or go against us. And I would really only be really concerned about it if I saw it in a force-on-force scenario where someone took the gun out of commission when the gun needed to be up and in commission. That's where the bad habit would really start to arise for me.